Hey guys, Masis here, and welcome to another collection video. This time around we're looking at the original Legend of Zelda for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, a few months back I reviewed the original Legend of Zelda for the Famicom Disk System. A few things about the releases of these games. This came out as a launch title for the Famicom Disk System back in February of 1986. And the NES version, even though the NES was already out in 1986, this didn't come out until July of 1987. So it was a full year and a half difference pretty much between the releases of these two games. And in fact, The Adventure of Link was already out in Japan before this came out. But enough about that. A few things about this box artwork. There are many different variances of this box artwork. This is the original US version, the English version, I guess, or the European version. It's slightly different. The crescent, the Zelda, like Legend of Zelda logo. Over here it's like an empty spot. There's a heart over here in the other versions. There's also the American Classic Series, basically the remake, not remake, but the re-release version, and that was the gray cartridge version. So a few things. I mentioned the little hole right here. This always boggled my mind before, because I remember seeing scans of this box in the front before, and there's this little, like, these lines going across, and I have no idea what they were. Well, it turns out that's just this portion of the cartridge. That's just a hole. It literally is just a hole. It's kind of strange. I mean, you don't really expect that from the box of the game. Well, either way, I think they purposely put that hole in there, especially only for the original version, because it is a gold cartridge, as you can see. This is the original Legend of Zelda, as you can see right there, and you can see the full emblem with the two hearts in there as well. So there was a couple games on the NES with gold cartridges. Two of them are the two Zelda games, so it's a cool collectible. Although I think the gray version is actually more rare. Strange, because they just produce more of these. Anyway, let's take a look what we have inside. I already went through the game manual for the Famicom Disk version, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but let me run through it real quick. So there's the instruction manual, and if I just flip through the pages, you'll see, like, here's the full storyline, basically the backstory for the original Legend of Zelda. And I'm just going to turn it on here just so I can show some of this stuff. You can see some of the various scene artwork. Later on you see some of the official artwork of Link right there, and they have a listing of all the various items that you're going to find on your quest. There's also a listing of all of the enemies. Here's a listing of the overall enemies, and they have the pictures of them. It has descriptions of them, their actual official names, because they're not really named inside the games. So there's a lot of goodies in here. There's a lot of artwork. Not quite as much as the disc version, but it's kind of cool. Then, of course, these are the bosses and the dungeon enemies. And Ganon, I guess they wanted to keep it a secret what he looked like, so they just have that giant question mark. Strange. So the manual, it was awesome. They don't write them like they did before. They're a lot different. They're a heck of a lot different than the manuals you see now in Zelda. So that's the game manual. It's pretty sweet. I actually have full scans of this manual. You can check it out at Zelda Dungeon. That was not the only thing that came with this version. There was also, mine's in kind of crappy condition, but it is The Legend of Zelda Maps and Strategies. And it's basically, like I said, mine's in very fragile condition, but I gotta get into one of these. It's basically a huge fold-out map. And let me open this up just so you can see everything. And as you can see right there, that is the overworld. And it's not completely filled in. It has most of the stuff. And if you look, what else? It shows some of the various enemies over there, and there's some other, it shows some of the goodies that you can do. Doesn't give away too much. And if you look on the back side, there are some like dungeon maps for level 1, the Eagle, level 2, and some more official artwork. And well, that's pretty much it. So this was cool. It's cool that they included stuff like this. Again, you don't see many things like this in modern game manuals, or in game, like the stuff that comes inside with the box. So that's the original Legend of Zelda, and you can see, since I don't have the game inside, it looks kind of awkward. And the original Legend of Zelda. So hope you guys liked it, and hopefully I'll be back next week with more of my vast Zelda collection that you can see right here. So I'm sure you can probably like see little things in the background already, and you know, let's do a little game. See all of the little things you can spot if you watch the video in HD, if you can see what's what in the background. Alright, well, I'll see you guys later.